welcome back to the channel. My name is Sanjida, and in today's video I'm going to be spilling the piping hot tea that I just made, and we're going to be talking friend to friend, sister to sister, and we're going to be talking about what it's really like to be a recent college grad post a global pandemic. So let's get into it. So I get it, in the world of Kylie Jenners and 18-year-olds who are millionaires, it feels like the cutoff to really make it or be successful has gotten a lot harder to maintain. It feels like we need to be doing so many things at once and that time is running out, but the truth is it is not, okay? Don't think that, because it puts this unnecessary pressure on yourself when in reality you should really be focusing on the now. There is no timeline, there is only one timeline, and that's the timeline that makes sense to you. So focus on that, you know, it's only just the beginning. Whenever I get overwhelmed, I literally just repeat to myself, it's just the beginning, it's just the beginning. You know, you are exactly where you need to be right now. So just tell yourself that if you ever feel stressed or if you feel overwhelmed, because I promise you that timing is everything and you are on the timeline that you need to be right now. So our whole lives, we've really had a lot of structure. Since the minute we're born, we had our parents to kind of control our day. And then we entered into schooling for about like 15 or so years of our lives, from like kindergarten to your 4th year of college. You've always had structure. You've always had a kind of scheduled way of living life. And everyone around you, your peers, your friends, your mentors, were always kind of rooting you towards one thing. And all of our goals were kind of aligned in school, right? We wanted to have fun, we wanted to pass the grade, we wanted to get A's. And it's like our whole life was kind of around education and schooling, because we did spend most of our lives in education and schooling. But now it's like after you graduate, everyone is on a separate path. Everyone has different goals. Everyone is doing a different thing. Everyone's moving to different states, and it's just like the community that you formed and the bond that you formed is definitely changing, and that can be very, very overwhelming. The past 4 years of like college, we've always kind of had this goal to either go to grad school or graduate with a really good job. In all, there is structure. But after college, there's no gold stars, there's no one telling you something is due, there's no one tracking your progress. The whole world is kind of like your new and opened oyster, and it kind of feels unfamiliar at times. Post-college, you kind of understand that life is just so much bigger, and the fast track way to a good college, to a good job, is sometimes not the most important thing in life, right? Especially post-COVID, you understand that credentials and like college and jobs are just so finicky and they don't last long, right? What really lasts long is the relationships you build, if you're having fun, if you're enjoying parts of the day. You know, I think you really win in life when you wake up excited and happy. So if you're not feeling that way, you know, the goal is to ultimately feel that way. And I think when you're in a job environment, you know, you're working majority of your week, it does kind of get to you and you do feel lost in a certain sense, or that's how I felt. But you know what? I just want to tell you guys that it's okay to feel lost. It happens and you're gonna get through it and you'll figure it out. I promise you that it's just a part of the journey, and I'm really learning that as we speak. Okay, so I know that there's mixed opinions on this, because when I was in college, a lot of people said post-grad life is a lot easier. There's not that stress of like due dates or like homework and all that stuff, and I totally get that, but boy, I feel like college life was just so much simpler. Like, yes, you do have a lot of things to juggle in college, but like post-college, you're really adulting. Like, that's just like the epitome of adulting, you know? You're not in college anymore. Like I said, like after post-college, it's like your world kind of grows and opens up in responsibilities. Okay, let's make a list here. Like all of a sudden we have to worry about a gazillion things like student loans, rent, credit card payments, car bills, medical bills, scheduling your own appointments. You can't rely on your parents to do certain things anymore. Like when you are post-college, there's kind of like just a cutoff, like, okay, you are seriously an adult now, like get your stuff together. There's also other things like, you know, paying taxes, worrying about keeping in touch with your friends and family. It's a lot, but it's a lot less overwhelming when you are aware that you have to be responsible for these things. So I do suggest keeping a to-do list ready and also being organized, because that's definitely going to go a long way with managing your stress. It's a lot, but I promise you it is manageable with time, and you're going to build those skills once you get stressed, and you're going to always pick yourself up, so you'll get through it. Oh my gosh, I wish I could say this louder for the people in the back. I think I realized this a lot when I started learning that capitalism and the way our society kind of has built us up to this part where our occupation really means a lot. That could be toxic at times. You know, your job really does not define you. And I understand how labor is such a salient part in our lives, but truly it is a means to survive. So if you have your dream job right now, you are seriously so blessed. I really think your job should only define you if you are truly doing something that you love. If you love something and can profit off of it, I promise you, you have won in life. But in all, if I can tell you guys one thing, it's don't worry about chasing the biggest corporation or the biggest name. Just relax, because life is a lot bigger than your job. Also, I wanted to say that every single experience, every single job is important. Every experience provides value, and you can always gain transferable skills from your occupation to apply to the next. You'll always learn something new or learn something, either if it's external or internally, that's going to help you in your next experience. So do not discredit your experience if you are not completely in love with it. Oh boy, work is going to be a large part of your day. Do you know that the average human spends about 30% of their whole life working? That's about like 25 to 30 years of your life just working, right? So if you're not doing what you love and are passionate about, you're gonna spend 1/3 of your life potentially not being happy or not being 100% fulfilled. And you know, a lot of people don't have that luxury to do what they love right now. So that's why it's important to find passions outside of work. So when I was working in finance my junior year of college, one of my coworkers that sat directly in front of me told me that, you know what, it's really important to find passions outside of work. And his passion specifically was photography. Like his desktop had his pictures, and he was just really passionate about it, you could tell. And I was kind of thinking like, okay, what do I do outside of work? I literally like don't do much, right, to fulfill my creative needs and my passions. So I was like, you know what, that's good advice, right? But then I think it really hit me post college, when work would stress me out, or when I guess I wasn't being like, you know, really excited to go to work. I realized that having these passions outside of work can really help mitigate those kind of thoughts that, oh my god, work is not going great or work is just stressing me out. You know, it's really important to find activities and things that you can do to fill your cup. So I really recommend finding your passions, whether it is doing community service or writing or drawing or just, you know, binge watching. Make sure you are developing your passions and, you know, you are doing it actively, because oftentimes work can leave us not feeling very fulfilled. So this is something that I definitely need to work on, but I really advise everyone to keep in touch with their family and friends actively. You know, pre-COVID especially, I used to hang out with my friends all the time, and post-COVID and also just like graduating definitely affected me seeing my friends. I feel like I haven't seen them in so long, but it's really important to sustain the connections you made there, because in times like these, it's really important to stick together and be in touch with your community and spread love that way. And I'm so thankful and fortunate for all my friends and family that I definitely want to make more of an effort to keep in touch with them and really be a part of their lives. So I realized that this really depends on your major, and it really depends if you're also looking into grad school. But at least from my experience, you know, no one has ever asked me what my GPA was after I graduated college. And it's just crazy to think that the number that I was so concerned about for 4 years, no one really values it after college. The truth is, yeah, it is important to get that number sometimes to get into the drawer. But it's also going to be okay in the end of the day if your GPA isn't always the greatest. If you're really looking at your long-term life, like in 5 years, it's not gonna matter. So don't stress and don't kill yourself over your GPA. I wanted to end this off with a bang because this is what really excites me about living life post-grad. But I learned that the end of your schooling does not put an end to your learning. You must continue to learn, especially if you have the privilege of going to college. You must continue your education and continue to challenge yourself to learn, because it's really our responsibility to kind of help progress the society in meaningful ways, you know. And now there are no limits. There's no syllabus containing us. There's no responsibility of like learning a type of way or learning according to your professor's kind of point of view. Now your world really is your oyster, as I say again. Now your world really is your oyster. Imagine yourself as Charlie in the chocolate factory with the golden ticket, because now you have the opportunity and the freedom to really pursue all of your interests in entirety, especially with the rise of internet. Now have like infinite resources to kind of go after things we are interested in. But this time, make sure you learn, and you learn for yourself. Okay guys, so that is the end of the video. I really enjoyed making this video. It really felt like I was talking to a friend and kind of giving advice and giving what I learned. Continue to spread the knowledge down in the comments below. Please tell me what you have learned, because I'm always looking to learn more and just become more wiser. Please also let me know if you guys like this kind of sit down chill video, and I'll be surely making more if you guys are interested. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on my socials. You guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.